Good afternoon, everyone. I made it. I can't believe it. Episode 166. 166 episodes, back to back, uninterrupted, whether it was on a holiday or the birth of my child, on an anniversary, or on my birthday, or New Year's, Christmas, doesn't matter. I am here. And guys, I'm telling you, I found a gem out here in Ontario. It's ridiculous. George is laughing at me. Oh, you're in Ontario as well. Hello, Pierce. Good seeing you. Thank you so much. Oh, Porsche Ontario is joining us as well, which is great. So, guys, crazy. I live in Hacienda Heights, driving the road. I saw this amazing billboard that said, Porsche now open in Ontario. I'm like, what? How? So I had to find out this place, and guys, it is bananas. Even behind me, look behind me, I have the K3V. And you know what's so cool? They have little details that I love so much. Instead of the bays having numbers, it has like little race tracks and beautiful vehicles representing each of the bays. It's fantastic. And for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for allowing me to use this opportunity as an archiving moment and on the podcast. Whether you're using the loo, walking your dog, working out, whatever the case, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I heard earlier this week that Porsche is coming out with a rear-wheel drive Taycan. So I'm gonna talk to these guys about probably getting one of those and playing with it. And let me know what you think. I'm going to probably do a poll on what you want to see with that car, what I can do with that car, which is pretty cool, eh? So, Chineme GT3. I am here in Ontario, Porsche, Ontario. Believe it or not, in the city of Ontario, there's a Porsche dealership. It's very new and absolutely spectacular. So, Porsche Ontario, beautiful facility. They have all the equipment that I was aware of and some new stuff I've never even seen. And I have my K3V here. Now, you may say, wait a minute, what's going on? Yes, Porsche does do some electric stuff, but I may need some help in the alignment department. So I'm gonna talk to Manni Viana, who's like the amazing service manager here, and see if he can give me some pointers on what we can do there. So, you love mostly all Porsches. Well, you have great taste indeed, sir. 901 or 915 Transport 1971 911T. The 915s I like, but I'm crazy. I kind of like the shifting of a G50. So many times what I've done is I've had the opportunity to shorten the bell housing and also the input shaft of a G50 to fit onto an earlier 911. And I get the best of both worlds. I get that nice get track shifting and also the beauty and classic of an old school classic air-cooled engine, which is pretty nice. One thing I love about Porsche mid-engine vehicles is that it has the opportunity to give you the balance you want, right? Very nimble, lots of fun, lacks a little bit in the power department. Now, Porsche fixed that with a Spider and even the GT4. But for those guys who are stuck with 986 or 987 platform, you slap a couple of turbos on there and you are good to go. And yeah, Porsche Ontario just said, and it's true, they are Southern California's newest Porsche facility, and it smells new, it feels new, it's really nice, and the bays are full, but talk to Manny, I'm sure he'll get you in, no worries whatsoever. The EV Marketplace, shout out to you, thank you so much for being great supporters of Bisimoto team, and EV Marketplace, please know, look what's here. I drove the K3V down, which is pretty nice, amongst some great company here indeed. So, any thoughts on the 914? Yes, you know, rumor had it that Porsche would be coming with 914, but that was a great entry-level vehicle. It was almost like, I used to refer to them as the Del Sol of Porsches. Mid-engine, lightweight, very, very tunable, very thrashable. You can throw it around, very balanced. Once again, with the flat four, and whether it's the 2.0, the 1.7, where the case may be, they were okay in the power department. But the 914.6, the cat's meow. That was the car, that was it. And those fetch a pretty penny if you have an original one. So I do own one 1976, a yellow one in the office. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it. Should I keep it? Should I let it go to another enthusiast to build it? Should I electrify it? Should I do something crazy in the flat six department? I haven't quite decided yet. How was the Koenigsegg Agera RS you filmed, says Carlo? Sick. I mean, it's amazing that we were in Orange County driving around this weekend after the beautiful Breaky car meet, and we saw like 4 of those things around Orange County. Absolutely beautiful. Not only did the car perform, as you look at the car and the more time you spend with it, the attention to detail is absolutely fantastic. And with Koenigsegg, I love the technology as well. It's just out of the reach of the majority of masses. Unlike Porsche, you have a little bit for everyone. But man, the engineering and attention to detail is absolutely superb. It was like seeing a unicorn in the wild, just seeing that car, Does knock sensor work on old air-cooled Porsche engines as Sea Blue 1964? Yes. Not only does it work, I insist on you adding one to your project car. Now, for those of you who may or may not know, A knock sensor is like a glorified microphone, but a good one indeed. What it does, it allows you the opportunity to listen for pre-ignition, which can be damaging to an engine. So usually when I tune an engine using an engine management solution, you know, I like using the AM Infinities. I tend to do a sweep on the dyno in partial throttle to get a bit of an idea of the ambient noise of the engine. You know, because you don't want to confuse engine knock with engine noise. And when I see that, I kind of raise knock floor slightly and tune within that parameter. And what happens is, God forbid, during your tuning session or if you're out in the field, if you have a bad batch of fuel, if you have the opportunity to maybe have a really hot day, if your spark plugs are misfiring, if you ever have an opportunity where you have misfire, the knock sensor will sense it, and your ECU will have the opportunity to add fuel and retard timing to keep you safe, which is pretty cool, you know? Have you ever worked with Singer? Very different approaches, LOL. So Isaac Hayes, believe it or not, yes, we have. We introduced Singer and that team to the AM Infinity, which they used quite a few times before they went over to Motec. I think before they used some Pictel ECUs. There are even times that we had to compete for the same car. We're trying to buy a 964 for our project cars. So it's been very interesting. So Rob is a good guy. We've interacted with him quite a bit. And then when they start playing around with some of the Targas, a majority of the Targa glasses they put in their cars, they purchased from us. Believe it or not, yeah, I was actually stockpiling Targa glass, rear glasses in my facility for quite a while. And since I had a large inventory, he bought them all, and I think I kept one or two. So yeah, Rob is a good guy, and they have great stuff to come. And that beautiful off-road vehicle they built was absolutely bananas, bonkers indeed, you know? Let's get on live together. We're gonna talk about engines. You know, Blake Casares, we should do that sometime soon. So Johnny says, show your cars. I like it a lot. Thank you so much, Johnny Sagular. So the only car I have here, my own vehicle, is the K3 back there. But what I'm gonna do, if the team allows me to, I'm gonna do a walk around when I'm done and show you guys what's going on. This facility is, I want you to join in my excitement on how crazy this facility is. It's pretty nice indeed, you know? We should be seeing you soon, BC says Squeak Kanjo. We have hopefully an 800 all-wheel drive CRX coming out very soon. That is so cool. You know, the CRX is my first project car that I actually modified for performance. So I have a soft spot for the Rexes. And for you to do that, combine the lightweight and beauty of a classic CRX with the power of 800 horsepower and that all-wheel drive, that'd be so sick. I look forward to hearing about that, you know? Jedi Adrian said, hello neighbor, almost done with my electrical engineering degree. What advice do you have to keeping the motivation and sanity in my life? Okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you for real, Jedi, it's not gonna be easy. It really isn't. And that's not a bad thing. The more exposure you get to difficult situations, the stronger you become and the more resilient you become to be successful. So, there is so much opportunity. You know, you have companies like Porsche, you have companies like, my good friends over at Canoe, where you can get a nice start into the future of mobility and get some exposure to that. But here's the one thing that I'll advise you as a fellow engineer. Don't stay restricted by academia. I mean it, don't stay restricted by academia. Use the opportunity of thinking outside the box to create wonderful things. The reason why that exists, the reason why Porsche exists as a brand, even for Ferdinand Porsche, the reason why companies like Manni Viana and Canoe exist, is because these individuals, the people at the helm of those companies, thought outside of the box. So I'd encourage you, by all means, to do the same thing. And if you find a job, maybe in a different field, still intern in something that can have a very bright future for you. Stay focused, stay persistent, stay creative, and I'm telling you, the success will come. And by doing that, keep your eyes on the prize. Once again, your eyes on the prize at being successful at the end. And by doing that, whether it's building your own EE company, starting your own EV organization, creating components for the future, being the top of the food chain in your corporate setting, staying on that goal and focusing on that goal relentlessly. When the small things come across a little difficult, they're nothing. You attack them and move on because your eyes on the prize. So that's my advice to you. Rev one of my Porsches. Teddy, you know what I'll do? I will rev the EV for you. You hear that? That's exactly how it will sound. Electric Kia Stinger sounds pretty cool. It will almost be matched with a Taycan. I don't know, Michael. The Taycan, 800 volts, 700 plus horsepower, over 200-mile range when you have the Spirit, and they actually underrated that. 0 to 60 in the mid twos. The thing is absolutely ridiculous. I'm telling you, the Taycan is it's a lot of car, and it's everything Porsche. Unlike other brands where you may get inside and the fit and finish is not very nice, I would encourage you guys to come here, come to Porsche Ontario, take a look at the Taycans they have on display. Maybe you can get a test drive, maybe you'll pick one up, which would be fantastic. And you'll see that, I'm looking at one right here next to me, the fit and finish is 100% Porsche. So you have the beauty, the power, the elegance, the poise, the panache of an electric vehicle, but it handles, smells, feels, fit and finish of a Porsche, which is absolutely spectacular, you know? Heckler? No, can show, forgive me. I'm in Porsche, Ontario. New facility right near the 10 freeway and Vineyard exit. It is absolutely, I mean, I didn't know when this was even being built. When I saw this, the billboard on the 60 freeway, I had to come by. And that was it. I had to, absolutely had to do it. So I'm gonna be the next singer, Porsche performance upgrade and more affordable. Caucasian, I'm kind of blazing my own path. I really like performance. I like vehicles that look great. I also like things that are priced quite nicely. And that's why, you know, once again, you see some of the fully loaded Taycan Turbo S models, and they're a little bit into 200s, and it's a lot of car for the price, which I like. And then when I see Manny, I'm gonna ask him about this new rear-wheel drive Taycan coming up that I keep hearing about. I'm gonna ask him about that, and that will even, I think that's gonna break the internet. Because I think it's gonna be really cost effective and a lot of fun, and being rear-wheel drive, maybe you can drift with it. So it's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm pretty excited, you know? Show us the shop. Jay Ryder, I promise you, when I'm done, I'm gonna show you the shop. And Jay LSIS, please send me a response. I heard when using a NOx sensor on a flat top pushrod engine, it makes so much noise to work. No, so see Blue, here's the thing. That can be the case if you're using an engine management solution that doesn't allow you to optimize certain frequencies. So you're right, flat tappets, rocker arms that have adjustability, even some hydraulic ones, you can have challenges with certain noise. But if you have an engine management solution that allows you to adjust the frequency being captured by that microphone, being the NOx sensor, you can eliminate the frequencies where the flat tappets are an issue and be able to capture the noise of pre-ignition. So it can be done, and I've done it successfully. You know that red 935 that we built for a client from the UK? That vehicle, I added 2 964 Bosch NOx sensors on that, and it works impeccably well. I'm able to discern knock from engine noise and successfully put a knock floor. I even once in a tuning session initiated knock and saw the ECU do its job, which is absolutely fantastic. So see Blue, it can be done. How do you overcome the imposter syndrome? By being myself, being genuine, being authentic, just being me. For those of you who have seen me at car meets, what you see here is it. And why do I even do this? Ever since I came to the United States, this country's been great to me. It's been very kind to me. I came here with nothing. I've achieved quite a bit. And I remember when I tried to get into the automotive scene, I wanted to learn as much as possible, and people just didn't want to help. Sometimes I got misguided. Sometimes I was taken advantage of. So what I'm doing is what I encourage each and every one of you to do, which is to be that person you needed when you were younger. And that's what I'm doing here. So I share everything I know, everything I love with all of you. And some people ask me, BC, why are you giving so much away? Well, guess what, guys? Technology always improves. So what I know today, I didn't know last week. And above and beyond that, what I'll know tomorrow, I don't know today. So technology keeps evolving, and I'll keep doing great things because of it. Thank you so much, M2 Ghost. Appreciate that indeed. Amen. Ricky, what's the purpose of living? You can't stay positive. What's the purpose? Absolutely. Always talking positive, by all means, you know? Hug from Costa Rica. Thank you so much for joining Tom Sada. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. So you know what, guys? Hello, AJ, who taught me so much about racing. Before I met AJ, who's Relentless Racing, all I did was drag race. And even when I took my Porsches on the track to road race, I'd wait for straightaways, punch it, brake, turn corners slowly, straightaway, punch it again. And I was really upsetting my cars, and AJ taught me that smooth is faster. And I become a much better driver and a much better racer. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, I appreciate you. I will never forget you, AJ. Free turbos. I'm gonna try and find Manny and ask him if he's offering any free turbo. Oh, there he is, Manny, bring a chair. So guys, okay, this guy, he's amazing. So this is Manny.
Hi.
Manni, tell my audience who you are.
I'm the service manager of Porsche Ontario.
Service manager for Porsche Ontario, and he's not just a run-of-the-mill manager. This guy is a hardcore enthusiast. And one of my fans here asked, cheers from Guatemala, which is a bit of ways away. Thank you, Vigo GT. Do you have any free turbos to give away?
Free turbos? No, because if we did, I'd have one.
There you go.
I don't have one.
So no free turbos. Thank you, Vigo GT. Great advice for Porsche lovers. So I did have a technical question for you. I brought my K3V here.
Yep.
I have some old school, like I have these my old factory side plates on my suspension. And as you see, my rear camber is not really what I want it to be.
Right.
Is there any way to use those spring plates to adjust properly to give me better adhesion on the road than that crazy -3 camber I have on that? Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay, so you're my witness, family. Manni said yes. I'm gonna put him in the team to the test and see if we can get that set up very nicely, you know? Oh, S. Dennis has a question for you. Do you prefer the GT2 RS or GT3 RS?
For me personally, I prefer the GT3 RS.
And why is that, Manni?
Because I like the drivability of it. I like going around corners, just not going in a straight line. And the GT3 revs differently to a GT2.
Very true. Very true. So,
but
go ahead.
If I could afford my favorite top 5 cars, the GT2 would definitely be one of those top 5.
He could afford it. He's messing with us. He totally could afford it. Rob says NA for life. Oh, good. People agree with you. That's very good. So, I met you here. You have a wonderful facility. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Tell us more about this amazing facility you have here, and what you guys can do for my audience.
Well, I was very fortunate that I was allowed to build a team. I started before we actually opened.
Okay.
So I put together what I consider one of the best technical teams in the United States.
Wow.
Working on Porsche cars. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So the scope of what you can do here: maintenance.
We can do maintenance.
Can you install exhaust systems and intakes?
We can install exhaust systems. We can do anything that the client requires. This is a Porsche center.
Okay, guys. I don't know if you guys heard this, and Matanko, you're all the way in Nigeria, which is great. Oh, by the way, my cousins in Nigeria are pretty crazy. They will buy cars remotely. So you can buy cars. They have an internet department here. You can buy cars from here and send back home. But he said something interesting, which dealerships don't do. This is your Porsche center, he said. Manni mentioned that if you have an exhaust system for your Porsche intake, they will install it here for you, which is great. And Porsche Ontario says, can be our service team, the best. And greeting from Austria. Thank you so much for joining us from Austria, indeed. And tell us a little bit about your background, if you don't mind sharing.
Oh, I started working on Porsche in 1990.
Hear that, guys? It says 1990.
Yeah, in 1990, and then around 98, I became a shop foreman.
Yeah.
And I was a shop foreman for 15 years.
Nice.
Yeah, and during that time, I was really lucky because my professional career began in London, and I was also involved doing Porsche Classic racing, and which then became Porsche Cup. So I was very lucky. I used to do some really cool things like go to Le Mans every year and that. So I've been very, very lucky because I'm a Porsche enthusiast, and I've basically got the best job in the world.
Wow. See guys, he's not just a regular manager of the sales department here, he is an enthusiast. Oh, Rob has a question. He says, we install anything as long as it has a carb approval, right?
As long as it has carb approval, we're never ever going to do anything that's going to affect your safety or is obviously against the law.
Yeah.
We will be straight up front with you. If you want to do things that are going to compromise your warranty, we will let you know. But it's your choice. You own the car, and if you want to make some modifications, we would like to advise you on the good ones. And we work with certain partners that that can help you find the right modification, or if you just want to come in and just talk about your Porsche and trying to discuss some ideas that you might have, we'd be glad to show you the facility and to give you the best advice.
So, P-Wolf is asking, so no race car stuff?
Yes, I actually have done race car prep in the past. We also do. There's a lot of people that do autocrosses, and some clubs require that the vehicle be inspected so that we can stamp it off. We also do that. If you want us to do any kind of race modifications or inspections or anything like that, we are. Again, we are a Porsche center.
That's pretty. I didn't. So, guys, I didn't even know that. So you can do race prep here as well.
We can. Yes.
They can do. Guys, how bananas is this? How bananas is this? You know, I hear what you're saying, Mikey Chan, but I'm more like Porsche Ontario FTW. You know what I mean? Thank you. Marta Gis says congrats on the opening. Nice to see you, BC. Thank you so much. Nice to see you as well. Oh, Pierre Wolf is he's really pushing the envelope here. He says, do you do any race engine builds here in house?
To do that, we do engine builds in house. Race builds would. I'm never going to say that we will not be able to do anything. Obviously, we have a very full schedule, and a race build would require a lot of time. But we are willing to.
Yeah, you won't say no.
No, we'll never say no.
He won't say no.
We'll never say no.
Oh, I got a nice comment from Rob Theus. He says, "Thanks, Manny. You rock. Looking forward to meeting you." So,
Thank you.
guys, come down. This guy is this is not rubbish, okay? He means it. They've been so welcoming. Manny's been so welcoming to me. He allowed me to even bring my vehicle here, and it's so convenient. I'm about to cry. It's so great. So, what is it? LA area, San Gabriel Valley 626. Chino Hills, San Bernardino. Come on, it's bananas.
We're not going to limit ourselves.
We're going to limit ourselves, you know?
We will work on any car from anywhere.
The guy, London camera project said, question from Manny, what's your favorite tube line? Piccadilly or Bakerloo?
Okay, so neither, because I used to live in between the Victoria line and the Northern line, so probably the Victoria line.
You heard that first from the man, so the Victoria line. Hello, Chris. Go ahead.
But the Piccadilly is also my favorite because that goes to the Arsenal, which you need to get to the Arsenal if you go to London.
Thank you so much, Manny. Bananas from APR Chris, bananas from Epic Rider Ken. Matt is the best tech there. Who's Matt? Who's Matt?
Matt is definitely the best
Wow,
tech,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Mikey Hen 21. Oh, so Viper Antioch, you're on the hot seat today. Viper Antioch is Antonic is asking custom body kits or body parts. Do you do that here?
We do. Yes, we do. Actually, Porsche have a huge range of custom body modifications that the client can have. Again, if the client wants to provide us with something, and if it's not unsafe, then yes, then we will gladly fit it for them.
So yes, by all means, Viper, they can do the body kits and parts, and you get tons of hearts for that. That's amazing. Look at the hearts. You guys don't give me hearts, you give me many hearts. What's going on here? Cool stuff with electric Mobi, awesome stuff. So as Johnny Blaze, I haven't even told Manny this, but I'm gonna bring it here to do a first launch, like a visual launch to the public. So we're gonna take it to SEMA, do the whole thing, but I'm gonna bring it here and do an unveiling, a public unveiling. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for the kind words. Still Cav is asking, Manny, what's your favorite Porsche?
Oh, without doubt, the 959.
Ooh.
Yeah.
959.
959.
You have impeccable taste, son. Thank you, A. Jimenez. Greetings from Porsche Riverside, Mikey Hen. Good seeing you indeed. Fluffy, good seeing you. The van, it's not here at the dealership, it's at the office. If you look back to my last week's show, I was right in front of the van, so it's there. 1,000 horsepower van is still there. Pumps and bangs mods? No. I'll even ask this for Manny. No, he's not gonna do a pump and bang mod for you. No. You want to do that dealership. I can tell you that right off the
It sounds
bat.
interesting, I will say that.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of really hot boyish. Anyway, 935, yes, buddy Warwick, right back there. And I'm gonna have my good friend Manni's team take a look at my rear camber and see if we can get a little bit more positive camera on that thing.